Welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Well, we certainly have a very complicated weather forecast on the way. Basically, what we're having set up on Friday is an inverted trough, and these type of troughs are very difficult to forecast for. But before I get to that, let's look at the current conditions. High pressure is in control throughout much of the Northern Mid-Atlantic. There are a few disturbances approaching from the west, but these disturbances are generally weak. However, a much stronger disturbance is organizing over central Canada, and that is what's going to bring some very active weather to the region on Friday and Saturday. This is the 500 millibar forecast on the NAM model guidance from the Penn State EWOL. And I circled the area in black. That's our strong disturbance. Now this disturbance is key because it sets up the inverted trough that will produce snow over the Northern Mid-Atlantic, especially the New York City metropolitan area. Now the problem here is that the NAM is a little too strong. Okay, it's a lot strong compared to the rest of the model guidance that we have in place. And so as a result, it produces a snowfall well over 8 inches of snow in some locations. Not ready to bite on that yet. I think that's a bit overzealous, let's say in the snowfall department. But I can certainly see 3 to 6 or 4 to 8 inch snowfall developing out of this disturbance that will interact with an area low pressure that is developing off the coast. Because of this setup, what we have in place here is a very volatile weather pattern because we still really don't have a really strong handle on exactly how strong this disturbance is and what orientation it will be in place when it moves through the Northern Mid-Atlantic. Right now, all model guidance agrees that the trough will be of a negative orientation, which basically means the trough is set up from southeast to northwest, and synoptically it makes a lot of sense. But there's clearly a potential here for a significant heavy snowfall for some locations, but I think that's going to be more towards New England than it will be for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. For right now, I'm looking at a moderate snowfall. If this disturbance does end up being as strong as what the NAM is showing, then we are looking for a snowfall over 6 inches for much of the northern half of New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, and off towards Connecticut. But right now I'm staying below that for most locations. And I just wanted to zoom in just to show everyone exactly just how strong this disturbance is at 500 millibars. The reason why I'm a little bit, let's just say, cautious in buying into the NAM model guidance is because usually when you have a disturbance this strong over New Jersey, you start to get a upper level low starting to cut off, and an area low pressure starts to develop closer to the coast. And there's really no hints of that. And also the fact that there's another disturbance that is so strong over the Ohio Valley makes this solution over New Jersey a little bit more suspect. So that's why we need to back away before we jump on the NAM and start throwing out snow maps all over the place. We have to look at all the model guidance and also consider whether it's physically reasonable. In this case, I would be very, very cautious of buying into a solution like this. So here's a snow map I'm thinking of. For southern Connecticut, most of Long Island, and the immediate New York City metropolitan area, I'm looking at anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of snow. Most locations will be around 4 inches, but I went to 8 inches just to cover the threat for a few isolated banding structures setting up in the snowfall, a few heavy snow bursts at times. Also, as we move further west over much of the northern half of New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, up through the Hudson River Valley in northern Connecticut, I'm looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow. Again, most locations more towards the 3-inch range, hedging against the bursts of moderate snow that's possible for up to 6 inches. And then further to the south, generally around 2 to 4 inches of snow. Most locations, again, around 2 inches, but you could see a heavier burst getting you up to 4 inches in some isolated locations. Overall, a light to moderate snowfall is expected with this storm. Not anything like what we saw with the blizzard about 2 weeks ago. So overall, it looks like a storm that will begin on Friday afternoon. Could see a few snow showers Friday morning, but the steady snow will start Friday afternoon, continue on into early Saturday morning, and then snow showers will linger on through Saturday afternoon before finally tapering off on Saturday evening. Now there's another storm out there that we have to keep an eye on. Let's take a look at that. Now this is the European model guidance that just came out for Wednesday, and if you look at the surface map, you're probably saying to yourself, wow, it looks like there's going to be a major winter storm developing by Wednesday. Not so fast though. Let's take a look at 500 millibars. As you know, you produce a forecast by eliminating everything that would work against a major winter storm. And one factor that stands out like a sore thumb is the ridge over the west. This ridge is incredibly flat on the European model guidance and several other models. Now, does that mean that this storm is a no-go for sure? No. We have to sit back, we have to wait, we have to see how the upper level low that is going to be over Canada, that polar vortex, is going to develop and drop south. And we also have to see just exactly what the position of that ridge is over Alaska. Both of these factors could have a significant influence on exactly how this pattern develops. But as we look at it right now, based on what we're seeing in the European guidance right now, if this ridge is this flat over the Rockies, there is no way that that storm is moving up the coast. It's going to move due east because the pattern is too flat. Plenty cold, that won't be a problem, but you can't buy into the idea of the storm coming up the coast. However, if this ridge is a little bit more amplified, and I mean just a little bit more amplified, then we're looking at a significant snowstorm for Tuesday into Wednesday. So we'll have to keep an eye on this storm and on the developments of this system, and then we'll move forward from there. So let's not jump the gun yet. Let's not throw out snow maps just yet, but we do have to keep an eye on this threat. Thank you for watching NYNJPA Weather. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Have a great day.